Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. So we got Stephen Dieppe, paraphrasing essentially a little market update. Again, this goes hand in hand with what I follow with Greg Mannarino, watching any government announcements and just the whole ecosystem as a whole, whether it's the economy, the stock market, geopolitical tensions, you get the gist. So right here, obviously the Fed cut rates again by 0.25%, so lower interest rates. Companies are now incentivized to borrow more cash from the banks to buy back their own shares. This is a common practice. Stock buybacks, it is going to pump the stock market, the S&P 500, as we've already seen 2 days in a row, all-time highs each and every day. We can see where this is going. Obviously, the stock market index is going higher. If you think the stock market going up higher along with rate cuts is a good sign for the economy, you are stupid. Correct, guys. This is completely opposite. You think that a high stock market is associated with a healthy economy? No, not in this case. This is the exact opposite. The economy is in an extremely fragile state right now. I do not want to comment. I have no political opinion, but in terms of the economy, that we're getting to a very dangerous tipping point. I don't think, anybody can really stop it at this point. And keep in mind, this is why, one of the many reasons why I believe in hedging your bets, perhaps spreading out and diversifying a little bit in terms of if you're just in the US dollar, look more into precious metals, look into safe havens like cryptocurrencies, just diversify. This is not financial advice. This is what I'm doing, and this is my line of thought. So we will see. Obviously, if the Fed continues to cut rates even more, this is free money. We're going to see more stock buybacks, and we will be pushing and pushing all-time highs again, and eventually this bubble will pop. I cannot tell you when, but history will repeat, and if it doesn't repeat, it often rhymes. This is 2008 all over again, except potentially this could be the everything bubble. Now, if some of that falls into crypto, even better, and that's my belief as well. We're moving towards a digital economy. We know this, and obviously we are getting a slice of the pie, whether that is smart contracts or cross-border payments. Those are the most obvious use cases right now for cryptocurrencies, and it's simply a matter of time. I don't think we're going to be using it to buy our coffee anytime soon. That is not the use case I invest in. I'm looking at real problems that are solving real problems today and in need. I'm not looking for products that are searching for problems. I'm looking for real problems that exist, and then people go out and they built a solution to this problem. Keep in mind, Ripple, the company, has been around for well over 7 years at this point, and it is one of the most legitimate investments in terms of XRP, the digital asset. And this is just my opinion. Please do your own research. Do not just watch one YouTube video. Do not just read blogs. Look everywhere. Come to your own conclusions, and let me know your thoughts down below. Right here, XRP Research Center. We already know this, but I did want to emphasize this. So usually don't feel comfortable hyping these things, but this new calculation might have a direct net positive impact. So the data clearly shows that Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, is correct. A typical XRP payment is 1/10 the volatility exposure of a typical SWIFT fiat payment. So typically, I know a lot of people that watch this channel already understand this, but essentially, the 40-year-old system, legacy system that we use today, when you transfer fiat to fiat, whether it's the US dollar to the euro, or maybe harder to reach corridors where it's more expensive because they have to do workarounds, there's more fees, less communication, it's a very clunky system. So let's just say, US dollar to maybe the Philippine peso, for example, or the Philippine peso to the Mexican peso. It's a lot more clunky. It can take 3 to 5 days at minimum. There's high fees associated with it, high error rates. Payments are often lost altogether, and then there's manual intervention. There's just a lot that needs to happen between these banks. There's different messaging standards. It's crazy, and it's crazy expensive to send money to another bank and have it settle on their core ledger. That's ridiculous. When you utilize XRP, though, you can send it within 3 to 5 seconds, even if the transaction, when you're sending and getting the costs before you click an OK, even if it's less than 2 minutes, it is 1/10 the volatility, mathematically speaking, and this is proven, than a 3 to 5 day payment via the fiat corridors and the fiat path that we use today with SWIFT. Now, again, if anybody's traded foreign exchange, Forex before, you realize how volatile the markets can get, especially during certain market events or maybe Fridays and weekends. And obviously, sending XRP, even if it does fluctuate just a tad, shouldn't make a big difference. So this is a use case solving real problems. Right here, Bank XRP. RippleNet is a ticking time bomb. I think I'm going to call this video that. So if you guys saw that video that I did... Oops. Sorry about that. If you saw that video that I did the other day, there was a timeline right here, and he actually just showed me where it was. So again, guys, Bank XRP, I linked his YouTube channel right in the description of my video. Please subscribe to him. Check out his content. This is not hype. This is all factual information from Ripple. Now, this is a roadmap. Nothing is guaranteed as an investment vehicle. The money is made within the risk. But again, do your own research. Check this out. Highly recommend it. Great YouTube channel. Right here, Mark Phillips. I just like this quote from Steve Jobs. So, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust the dots will somehow connect in the future. This approach has never let me down. I really like that. Obviously, you can see a lot of parallels with XRP today. We are connecting dots. There's been speculation. We've had researchers like Darren Moore in the community. There's just too many to name, and they've literally predicted things, like I'm talking a year or 2 years in advance, finding the documents, the information is out there, and then all of a sudden predicting this, and now this year, it's coming to fruition. So you should not be surprised with the Finastris connection, which might be the biggest announcement for Ripple as a company to date, and nobody is talking about it. They're creating cognitive dissonance between the price, and big things are ahead. This is just my opinion. I do not want to get too hypey, but again, XRP, in my opinion, deserves to be well over $1 at this point. Right here, King Solomon, XRP_owl. Definitely recommend a follow on Twitter and check his content out. Does some great deep dives. So we have Tata Consultancy Services brand new webcast on blockchain. And just so you know, we've shown this in the past. Tata Consultancy Service, or TCS, literally a huge group. Look, one of the first to reach 100 billion market capitalization. We can see their revenue on the right, 20.9 billion. I mean, they're a huge, huge group, second largest Indian company by market cap in India, obviously. So this is a huge, huge group. Pardon the sirens in the background. And as we can see here, just a few connections. So again, Tata equals RippleNet, blockchain driving the internet of value. Sounds very, very familiar. And we can see this, smart contracts near real-time settlement, no reconciliation, disintermediation, immutability, automation, and exponentiation of trust in distributed ledger. Distributed ledger, single source of truth. So again, guys, notice this as well. The TCS Quartz Gateway is Ripple enabled. No surprise there. We just have to explain that DLT is literally everywhere. RippleNet has penetrated so many groups, whether they're FIs, IT firms, you name it. Payment gateways, the partnerships are there. If this is a surprise to you, I don't know what else to say. There are no digital assets to come close to what Ripple as a company has done the last few years. Price eventually will follow in terms of investing. It is like a pendulum. Perspective and reality. Eventually it'll catch up. And price, in this case, will have to catch up to the reality. All right. XRP Crypto Wolf. CME Group revealed the product details for its Bitcoin options contracts that will launch in the first quarter of 2020. CME's Bitcoin option contracts will offer crypto traders a way of hedging their risks against spot and BTC futures options. So I know a lot of people believe that Bitcoin is a scam or go to zero. It's my belief that it will survive for a long time. There are various products built around it. You can argue that these aren't legitimate financial products, but again, it is highly speculative. I don't think anything's going to change that, and I do not see Bitcoin going to zero, even if there is, if it's rampant with tech, manipulation. There's tons of centralization with all the Chinese mining pools. Time will tell, but I just wanted to show you these developments because this is validating the cryptocurrency space. All boats rise with the tide. I am rooting for all of the projects, and the most legitimate ones will survive. Hopefully that is some of the top projects we see today. Right here, another one, XRP Crypto Wolf. India's federal bank will launch Ripple's cross-border payments technology by the end of this year to explore new corridors. By end of year looks promising, so I'm excited for this. And India's federal bank officials said the institution manages about 15% of all of India's cross-border remittances. Now, this should be no surprise to you. I know we've heard directly from Ripple in the past that we have, almost 100% of the Indian banks in the pipeline, at least on XCurrent. The next step, and I know we've kind of changed the product names or Ripple has for their global rebranding, but next step would be on-demand liquidity, developing and making sure that regs are there. It's my belief that regulations are already in a lot of these countries throughout Asia, India, and even the UK, thanks to the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, voting that XRP is not a security, rather it is more so a utility or exchange token. These are the type of regulations we are waiting from the SEC in the US, but again, Ripple has literally said we've been working with you every step of the year, or every step of the day for years. And we are either going to move ahead or without you, and we want the US to keep up with the innovation. And I think they will. That's just my personal opinion. Bank XRP again. With the 1.0 release of Hyperledger Quilt, the Java ecosystem now has support for nearly all interledger primitives, including streaming payments. And again, Interledger for the Java platform announcing Quilt version 1.0. Today, I'm thrilled to announce the Hyperledger Quilt version 1.0, a Java implementation of the Interledger Protocol ILP that enables payments across any payment network. ILP plus XRP is the secret sauce. So this is awesome to see. Again, it's my belief that Ethereum does have a place in the future as long as it can learn to scale properly. And this is awesome, bridging all of these ledgers, bridging bank ledgers, bridging business ledgers, everything, especially with streaming payments, as we know, is part of the future. So super exciting to see that development. And then right here, XRP Crypto Wolf, Christine Lagarde is officially the new ECB, the European Central Bank president as of today, former, chief of the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. And again, she will have an 8-year term of office. We know that she is a big fan of Ripple. She loves embracing all the financial technology groups. She's talked about the benefits of XRP before. She says that, if they use anything in the future between central banks or any groups in the infrastructure, it will not be Bitcoin. And we will see. So within these next years, let's see, first European Central Bank digital currency, the Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC, and it will use XRP as a bridge asset. So this is speculation, this is hope, this is not guaranteed, so don't get too pumped, but it's a lot of people's belief that as all of these central bank digital currencies are being developed, they need an agnostic bridge asset to settle between all of them. And we know the testing that has been going on. Ripple, the company, is literally in direct discussion with 50 of the top central banks and 50 of the top world's governments. And this is all documented. This is in front of everybody. With a simple Google search, you can confirm all of this. And then last, right here, Matthew Linney. Could Argentina be ground zero for the International Monetary Fund digital currency revolution? So again, Argentina imposes currency controls. We know that they've been very strict on their citizens in terms of withdrawals. And now they're even hammering down and not allowing them to buy Bitcoin as well. Obviously, the Argentine government is rampant with inflation. There's a lot of things going there. Unfortunately, it is sad to see. And they are coming down harder with regulations and cracking down on Bitcoin. So people are looking to get out of the Argentine peso, just like in Venezuela, just like in a lot of countries where there's a lot of political and economic turmoil, I should say. But again, guys, this is just a quick market update. We will see what kind of pumps we get if we do with XRP by end of year. It's my hope that we still get something in terms of pre or post swell pump. But again, nobody knows. Do not be fooled. We are all here, and I really want to emphasize that I am a long-term investor. You can, leave this channel. Don't worry about watching it every single day. You can come back when the price goes up. But again, I'm invested, and obviously I'm excited about the space. I see no reason why XRP should not succeed. If I see any bad news, I'm going to share it. Obviously, this is my money I want to protect as well, and it's my belief. I'm not trying to pump this on YouTube for any reason. Getting, a few thousand people to invest is not going to move the price on the dial. I am here for the institutional money from true utility, solving a real problem, literally freeing the trillions of dollars dormant capital in these Nostro Vostro, these pre-funded accounts. That is why I am here. I'm here to get a return on investment. I'm simply sharing the news that I'd be researching regardless, and hopefully just trying to, grow this channel, share knowledge, and then learn from you, because I know there's a lot of people in the comment section that are significantly smarter from me, and I appreciate everybody that contributes to this channel. I appreciate everybody that sends me information on Twitter. And again, I recommend you guys get a Twitter account to keep up with XRP news. It's great to keep up with threads and discuss. And with that, I will see you in the next video.